Hello, 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 hello. I believe we're all working. Angela, hello. First to comment today. Hi Nicola, hi Emma and Dana. Hi Jodie, Mandy, Savannah. Hi Brecken. Sorry, it's because I read your comment, Savannah. Hi Bronnie, hi Talia, hi Angela, hi Dawn. Hi Debbie, good evening. Hello, hello, hello. Hello Mandy, Carol, Sarah, Wendy. Good morning, Beverly. How are we all? Are we all okay? Tara, hello. Amy, good evening. We're finally in February. Hello, 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 hello. Very excited to be in February. February in this household is a busy, busy month. It's my birthday, Aaron's birthday, and our wedding anniversary. So a lot going on in the household this month. And saying that, I didn't realise, but my birthday is actually on Sunday, which means we can't go live this coming Sunday. I think we're going out for dinner. So yeah, I won't be able to go live on Sunday, I'm afraid. So that's Sunday the 5th. So I didn't make an event for that today, but then we're back to normal. Every other day that we should have scheduled to go live, we will be going during February. Aaron's birthday and the anniversary falls in between the live dates. So that's fine. But yeah, so we won't be live this Sunday. Other than that, all the dates and events have been posted on the page, so hopefully you guys will be able to see the events, and then you can see when we're going to be live. And also, if you go onto the events and say that you're going to the event, it will then definitely send you a notification for that day. So it just gives you a little reminder, just in case Facebook doesn't send notifications. So thank you ever so much for the stars. That's very, very kind of you. Thank you, Savannah. Oh, happy birthday to your son, Dawn. Good evening, Emma. Carol, hello. And thank you, Sue. Okay. Excuse me, there we go. So today we have our gifting gonks still available. They are on the website under the fun section. We have got the new items in the new in section. We've still got our clearance section on the website where there's lots of deals in there, and I've recently just popped on a Mother's Day section as well. There's nothing new in there yet, just everything on the website which is linked to mothers and grandparents, etc. So that's all in there, and hopefully we'll get some new items in there soon. I have posted an order list on the page, so let me just refresh this. Yes, that everyone who has ordered, you should be on the order list. Let me just double check. Yeah, so hopefully you can find whereabouts you are. And if you would like to order, there is still space available for today, and I'll update it as we go. Cindy, yes, I can definitely see that one, my lovely. I don't know what happened on Wednesday, Cindy, but I can definitely see you today. And Cindy, you're actually up first. Just the last thing, we've got all oysters available apart from the 25 pearl oysters. Okay, so Cindy, you're up first, my lovely. You have got one opening altogether. What type of oyster would you like? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? Oh, thank you, Nicola, Debbie, thank you guys. Off the top of my head, Dina, I'm not sure if you've replied, as I've replied twice. Have you replied on the same email chain by any chance? Savannah, off the top of my head, I don't know, but I do have a tracker number, so that will have the dates on it. If you pop me an email over, I can get back to you with the date when they are here. Mystery and donate, Cindy. Okie dokie. So, your mystery oyster. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for, Cindy? Okay, so mystery oyster, and let's go down. Okay, in here you've got a softer pop there. Okay, so there is your mother of pearl. There's a little bit of a pearl blister in there, but you can see that there's no pearls on that side. Now I can see a peeper right down the front here. And I'm just having a squidge. Okay, there's no more in that one. Now this one looks like a dove grey, quite a nice lighter shade of dove grey. So a silvery dove grey, Cindy. Let me hold him up so you can have a look. What do you think to this one? Now, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect. If you're not happy, Cindy, we can swap him for you. So the silvery dove grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. Oh, bless you. Yeah, we've only just started. I did post all our event dates for February today. So anybody who would like to definitely get that guaranteed notification, do go and mark that you are going to that event, because it will definitely show you, or it will definitely notify you that way. You'd like to keep that one and put him on the jewellery, Cindy. Perfect. So I've just brought you back up, and let me pop this in here for you. Cindy, thank you for the donations with your shells. That's on there, and that's safe up there for you. So I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Okay, so Dina, if you replied to the email, which is obviously the correct thing to do, if you've sent another email on the same chain, it would have moved your email back to the top of the list, and I do them sort of in date order, so it sort of moves you back up to the top. Sorry, I've got a frog in my throat again today, but I will get back to you. Don't email again if you've emailed. In fact, let me have a quick. When did you email again? Dina Byrne. Okay, yeah, so I have got an email from yesterday here. So don't email again. I've definitely got it, so I'll get that replied to. Okay, my lovely. Haven't missed anything else. Perfect. Let me just mark Cindy off as Cindy was here. And up next then today is Kathy Rax. Kathy, are you here? Oh, bless you, Becky. I hope you feel better soon. My earrings, no, these are the heart hoop earrings. We've got the star hoop earrings on the website, which are the same size and design, apart from there's a star at the front, not a heart. Kathy, hello, hello, hello. So Kathy, you have got one opening altogether, and you'd like to have the darker rainbow oyster. So that's the new rainbow oyster, and you'd like to donate your shells. Perfect. Now, are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Let's go down. So your Nunu Rainbow Oyster. There's one side. And the other side. And in here, straight away, quite a nice dark, deep pearl there. There's no more in that one. Now I'm interested to see what shade this is, because the flesh there was like an auburn colour. I think he's a two-tonal chocolate pearl. He is. He's quite a rich, dark, two-tonal chocolate. Let me get this so you can see. So as you can see, it's quite a mottled look, but then you've got darker and brighter chocolate tones around the pearl Kathy. Now, if you're happy with this one, that's perfect. He is yours. If you're not happy, we can swap him for a colour of your choice. So just let me know what you think and what you would like to do. Ooh. So your two-tonal chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He is an 8. What do you think? Are you happy with the two-tonal chocolate, or would you prefer to swap him for a different colour? He's perfect and you'd like to have him on your jewellery. Perfect. Kathy, you're very, very welcome, my lovely. Let me pop him in here. Okay, so Kathy, thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And again, I hope that you're happy with everything once it arrives. No, there's not a difference. I used to describe the shells and describe the sounds, and I'm so used to talking about the pops of the shells. And yeah, I just enjoy saying what, I know it's strange, isn't it? But yeah, I just enjoy saying what kind of pop it is. Okay. But it doesn't mean anything with the different pops or anything like that. Up, where do I get the decorations from? These ones I made. It's just Valentine's Day paper, all different sort of designs, cut out love heart shapes on my Cricut, and then it's on ribbon. So yeah, those ones I made. It's quite simple design, but yeah, I quite like it. Oh, hello. Hello. Thank you, Bab. Thank you very much. Would you be able to fill up my oyster bag while you're here? Love you. Right, up next then today is Nicola Dyson. Nicola, are you here? Nicola, hello, hello, hello. Nicola, you have got 2 oyster openings altogether. So donate the shells, and you're hoping for dark purples, and you'd like to have mystery oysters. Okay. Oh, when Aaron. Thank you, Bab. Yes, I do my own hair. There's 1 and 2. I've only got the small one. I've got the Joy Oh, oh, we've got a runaway. I've got the Joy cricket, so it's the small one, but yeah, I love it. So Nicola, would you like the runaway one or would you like the one that I picked out? Now, I don't normally offer a choice with the oysters, but because we've had one that jumped out, I never know if it's fate with the one that jumped out, or is it fate with the one that I pulled out. So which one would you like? The one that jumped out or the one that pulled out? The one that I picked out. Okie dokie. So donate the shells and hoping for a dark purple. Okay. So let's go down. Your mystery oyster. Quite a nice deep pop there. And in here, there is your mother of pearl. And I can see a pinky rose gold right at the bottom there. Let me just have a squidge. There's no more in that one. So your first pearl out is a pinky rose gold. There we go. Moving on to oyster number 2. So again, it is your mystery oyster. Got a lighter pop there. And in here, there's a little bit of flesh on that side, but there's no pearls there. And then if I have a squidge in here, oh, and run away right down the front, but there's no more in that one. And you have got a dark purple. So you was hoping for a dark purple and you have a dark purple. Nicola, what do you think to these? Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Let me run them through the board. The pinky rose gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He is an 8.5. That you're happy with those and you'd like a hoop fitting on the pinky rose gold, not a problem. Let me write this down. Okay, I've got that down for you. Your invoice will get sent across for you over the weekend and it will go to the email address that's on the order form, Nicola. Let's pop this on here. Okay, thank you for the donations with your shells as well, and I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and that's safe up there for you. You're very, very welcome, Nicola. And up next then today is Emma Favel. Emma, are you here? Emma, hello. Everybody's so ready today. I love it. Emma, you have got one of our gifting gonks. So let's go across. And which one would you like? We've got Besotted, Smitten, Charmed and Hopeful. Can you have Besotted and donate the shells? Of course you can. So Besotted is this one here. Let's bring you straight down and good luck, Emma. Oh, there's an item of jewellery there and an item of jewellery there. 1, 2, 3 oysters. Emma, you have got 2 items of jewellery. Your first one is a charm, and the charm is ready-made with a pearl on here already. So I will add the fitting that you've chosen onto your charm. And this is, I'm just going to hold it by the pearl to start with actually, so you can see the charm itself. This is a silhouette outline of a butterfly. So it's the same on both sides, this one. And then he's paired with quite a larger sized dark purple pearl. So, like I said, the fitting will be added onto here that you've chosen. So I hope you're happy with that first one. Your second item of jewellery needs to have 2 pearls popped on here. Okay, so it is a pair of earrings. Now these are hoop earrings. I'm going to pop them on here because they won't go on the board. So these are hoop earrings. Okay, so they detach up here. You thread them through your ear and then you clip them back together. And then your pearls, this section of pearl, this can actually go all the way around. My voice is gone again, sorry. The pearl can move all the way around the earring. Obviously, once you're wearing them, it will hang from the bottom there. Okay, so these come with 2 oyster openings and are smaller hoops. So 2 pearls on the earrings, and you've got 3 oysters here. Emma, have you already said you have? So donate the shells. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for? There's 1, 2, and 3. So oyster number 1, my lovely. Okay, your first oyster, I can see straight away you've got a lighter icy blue, and he is a 2-tonal icy blue as well. There's no more in that one. Oh, Dawn, I'm glad you're happy with them. And Emma, we're going to wait to see what colour comes out. Okay, so the first one's quite a larger sized 2-tonal icy blue. So you can see the base is that lighter blue, and then you've got that darker, a few areas running through the pearl there. So that's pearl number 1. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side, and in here you are twinning, and twinning with coral twins there. So let me dry these up for you. Now these corals visually, they do look slightly different in size and colouring actually. So the brighter of the two looks visually larger, and the lighter of the two does look slightly smaller compared to his twin. But gorgeous brighter corals there. Even the lighter of the two is still quite a nice bright shade. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you have got a gold pearl, and there's no more in that one. Okay. What do you think to these? So icy blue, twinning corals, one brighter and visually larger than his twin, and then a gold pearl as well. Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. They are yours. I'll need to know what two you'd like on the jewellery. If you're not happy, I can swap them for you. Your icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. The slightly lighter, visually smaller coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The brighter of the two is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. So they are measuring different sizes as well. And then your gold pearl is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Of course I can. So match the brighter twin for the earrings, and is that swapping out the lighter twin? Ooh. Oh. Okay, so to me here, so this is your pearl. I'm just looking around the pearl. Okay, so that's not a perfect match. I thought it was. It must have been shadowed. So swap the lighter one. Would you be happy? I mean, it looks even darker now. I'm not happy with that match. So what I'm going to do is, oh no, I'm going to leave your one there, and I'm going to have a look for a different one. Right, let's put him in flat sand. So that's the correct shade, but the wrong size. There we go. Sorry, corals are like rose golds, and they've got so many slight different changes in them, like in colour-wise, that sometimes it's best to do them in the daylight, but I believe we've done it there. We've matched him there. So I'll take the smaller one away, and then it's corals on the earrings. If you can just confirm if you're happy with that there. So your one is the one on that side there. Yep. Okay, let me bring you up here. I'm just going to write that down for you. Okay, so we're going to have corals on there, and then we've got your charm as well. Emma, my lovely, I hope you're happy with that. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and that's safe up there for you. You're very, very welcome. Okay, up next then today is Lisa Johnson. Lisa, are you here? Oh, I hope you're happy with them, Nicola. Excuse me, that one snuck up on me. So, Lisa Johnson, are you here? I'm glad you're happy, Nicola. If anyone can see Lisa, please comment on her comments, because that will bring it forward so I can see. So, Lisa Johnson, are you here? So last call for Lisa Johnson, and then if she's not here we will move on, but if she comes on we can definitely add her back in again, but it will be to the end of the order list. Can they be put on hook earrings? No, they can't, I'm afraid. They're already on the stud back earrings, which have got like a ball at the front of the studs. Not a problem, Cindy. I have just added you onto the order list. That's perfect. Right, I haven't seen Lisa, so we're going to move on. Then, of course, if she comes on, like I said, I will add her back in again, which means up next then today is Savannah Summers. Savannah, are you here? Now, I think I've definitely seen Savannah earlier. Wait to see if she comments. Savannah, you are here. Hello, my lovely. Now, you have got 3 of the gifting gonks. So let's go across to them. Now, you can have 3 of the same. You can have 3 different. It's completely up to you. Sorry, that was a hiccup. So which 3 gifting gonks would you like? Wendy, bless you. Thank you for the stars. That is a half a heart, but you do let me do a full heart. There we go. Couldn't quite reach them. So Savannah, which 3 would you like? Okay, perfect. So 1 besotted. So we'll open this one first, and then 2 smitten. So that's these 2. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put these 2 down the front here, just so then we can open besotted first, and then I'll bring them over. Actually, let's pop them at the back here so you can see which is which. So this is besotted, and your first one, you have got a pair of earrings and 1, 2, 3 oysters. So your first one is a pair of earrings. Now these ones are stud back earrings, and they are one of our Blossom range. Now I think these are the Blossom Hope earrings. I may be wrong though, just because we do have various different Blossom ranges in, and they all do have different names, so they are similar because they do have the blossom flowers on. Now with these ones, they are stud back earrings, and then as you can see, you've got the white blossom flower here, and your pearls actually sit either side of the flower, so one here and one here on those round discs. So I hope you're happy with those. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to open these ones up as well, but I'll keep these 3 oysters at the front, and then you know that those 3 are the first 3. So second one. Okay, so this one's opening up backwards. So we've got 1, 2, 3 3 oysters and a item of jewellery there. And you've got a pendant this time. Now this pendant is I want to say the change pendant. I think that's what it's called on the website. I may be wrong. Now this one, as you can see, it hangs down quite nicely, and your pearl actually then dangles from the bottom here. But also you can have this one where you can have the pearl on like a lobster fitting, and then you can change it around, and you can hang charms or just different pearls off of this. So if you wanted your pearl on a lobster fitting instead, let me know and I'll do that for you. Or you just have your pearl hanging from there where you then can't take the pearl off. So that's up to you. So I hope you're happy with that one as well. So some earrings and a pendant to start with. And then your last one, you have got 1 and 2 items of jewellery there. And then 1, 2, 3 oysters. Okay, so 2 items of jewellery. You've got a charm. This is a crystal heart charm. Again, I will add your fitting onto here. This is the Moonlight crystal heart charm, I believe. So you can see almost blues and pinks, especially. Look at that. So you can definitely see blue like this, but when he's against the different backing, you can only just see glints of it, which is why it's called the Moonlight charm. Now this one has got a cream pearl on him as well. Okay, so that sort of goes with the moonlight theme there. So I hope you're happy with that one. And then you've got a pendant. So your pendant, you can have a pearl on or off of this item. So it's going to be up to you. So this one is, there we go. So this one has got a larger heart in carrying entwined with a heart which is slightly lower, and you've got wings coming off the larger heart, so it's a heart carrying another heart with the wings here. And like I said, you can have a pearl on or off of here, it's completely up to you. If you have it on, it does sort of sit at the top, it will rest in the middle of the heart, but then would be able to move around, or you can keep the pearl off and have it as it is and the pearl loose. Okay, so that one you can have a pearl on or off. This pendant we do need a pearl on, and then you've got your earrings with 2 pearls there. I hope you're happy with those. And then your charm has already got the pearl on. Lisa, you have missed your slot, my lovely. I can add you into the end of the order list if you're happy for me to, though, my lovely. Okay, so let's get these open. I'll open them in order. Just give me a moment. Okay, so 9 oysters here. Okie dokie. Now, donating the shells, are there certain colours that you're hoping for at all? Oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And from your first oyster, you have got a brighter coral. There's no more in that one. Okay, so gorgeous brighter coral there. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you've got a gorgeous dark TARDIS blue, and there's no more in that one. Oh, bless you, Lisa. Well, no, don't be sorry. Did you catch the lizard? Oh, bless you. But yes, of course, I'll add you back into the end of the order list. And I'll put the order list up on the page soon so you can see whereabouts you've been added back in again. Okay. So second pearl out is a gorgeous TARDIS blue. And then moving on to your third oyster. So this was the third one from, was it Besotted? There's one side and the other side. And in here you are quadding. And there's no more in that one. So quadding with your third oyster. Okay, so you've got a 2-tonal purple and burgundy red. Oh, let me get this focused. Okay, so 2-tonal purple, burgundy red. Almost looks like he's got some silver in there as well. Beautiful. You've got a sea green, which is also two-tonal, lighter and darker sea green there. Look at him. You've got a TARDIS blue and a darker two-tonal purple. So two-tonal purple, burgundy red, two-tonal sea green, TARDIS blue and a two-tonal purple from your quadding oyster. I'm glad you found her, Lisa. Bless you. I remember when I was younger and we had snakes, and when the snakes escaped, it was find the snakes on alert kind of thing. So I understand the situation. Moving on to your next oyster, Savannah. There's one side and the other side. And in here, you've got a brighter apple green. I'm going to pop the single pearls at the top here just to make more room, because you've got lots of oysters left. So apple green I've popped right to the top there. And then your next oyster. I'm fine, thank you, Lauren. I hope you're well as well. There's one side and the other side. And you are quadding for a second time, Savannah. There's no more in that one. Okay, so with your second set of quads, you have got a darker gunmetal grey, a coral, sorry, I get that focused for you, a lemon yellow, and a lilac purple. So darker gunmetal grey, coral, lemon yellow and lilac purple. And then moving on to the next 4 oysters. Okay, in here there's one side and the other side, and in here we've got a darker pearl, and there's no more in that one. We had 2 snakes when I was younger, 2 boa constrictors, so the big ones. I used to wear one curled up on my head and had the other one around my neck. I loved them. You have a reptile room. I am very intrigued. Savannah, you have got a dark silver from your most recent oyster. I'll pop him again right at the top there. This top row is pearls from single pearl oysters. Can you have the purple and the double heart chart pendant one before you forget? Of course you can. I'll remember and write that down in a moment. Moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. And look at those blurples. They are beautiful. So blurple is a mix between blue and purple. Now in some lights these are going to look more blue. In some lights they're going to look more purple. Visually you may have one which is slightly larger than the twin. So the slightly visually larger one is the one towards the inside of the dish here. But gorgeous blurple twins. There's not a lot in it with the size, but they are stunning. And then moving on to your last 2 oysters. So in here, there's one side. Lauren, you'll have to let us know. I wish you all the luck. And in here, Savannah, you have got a gorgeous, brighter gold pearl. Very bright golden pearl here. I'm going to pop him right at the top again. Look at all of these pearls. And then your last oyster. Yep, last oyster in here. There's one side and the other side. And straight away there, you've got a darker pearl, and there's no more in that one. Okay. And he is a darker gunmetal grey. Wow, Lisa, you must be on your toes all the time. I used to have a tarantula when I was younger as well. I was terrified of it though. My dad used to hold it. I didn't like it. And I've got a tortoise now. 7 snakes. Wow. Savannah, I'm just getting this focused for you, my lovely, and then we're going to go through them. Oh. I think there's so many. There we go. Okay, so top row are all your single pearls. You've got gunmetal grey here and a silver, TARDIS blue, coral, apple green and gold. Then you've got your quadding, first quad is the two-tonal burgundy, red and purple, two-tonal sea green, TARDIS blue and two-tonal dark purple. Then you've got a gunmetal grey, coral, lemon yellow and lilac purple. And then you've got twinning blurples down the bottom there. What do you think to all of these? Now, you've already said that you'd like to have the lilac purple and the double heart with the angel wings pendant. That's absolutely fine. With the other ones, we've got the earrings and the pendant, the other pendant to choose for. Now, if you're not happy with these colours, we can, of course, swap them for you as well. If I run them through the board, gunmetal grey number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. The silver is not a 5, not a 5.5. He is a 6. The TARDIS blue single pearl is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And the coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. The apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And the gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Quadding burgundy, red and purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He is a 6.5. Two-tonal sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Quadding TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the two-tonal dark purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Quadding gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. And quadding coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He is a 6.5. Lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And lilac purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Blurple twin number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. And Blurple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5. He's an 8. So they're actually measuring the same size there. Just visually may look slightly different. So it's just lining them back up again. Oh, can we swap gunmetal greys for an orange and an icy blue? Lilac on the heart wing charm, blurple on the earrings, golden on the last pendant. Okay, so let me read this again. Swap the gunmetal greys for an orange and an icy blue. Okay, can you just confirm you're happy with those two there that I've added in? And I'm just going to bring you up so I can write this down. Okay, so on the earrings, we've gone for blurple. On the pendant, you've gone for gold. On the heart pendant, we've gone for lilac. Okie dokie, just confirm if everything's okay and correct there. And of course, perfect. You're very, very welcome. Let me just pop your other pearls in here as well. You've got a lovely selection of colours all together. There we go. Okay, Savannah then, my lovely. Just popping these all on here. I want to thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells. And I, of course, hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. And that's safe up there for you. Oh, Savannah, you didn't have to do that. Bless you. Thank you ever so much for the stars there. That's very, very kind. And I'm glad you're happy. Okay. Up next then today is Dawn Barbner. Dawn, are you here? Hello, welcome to everybody joining. So currently looking for Dawn Barbner. Dawn, are you here? And I'm just updating the order list my end, and then I'll do an updated list on the page. I'll just update it there in a moment. There we go. Lisa said she had a tarantula. Okay, so last call for Dawn. If not, we'll move on. Dawn Barbner, if you're here, please type I'm invisible. It will bring your comment forward so I can see you. Okay, so that's just been updated on the page as well. Excuse me. Oh, Dawn, hello. Natalie, thank you for commenting on it. It brought it forward. Dawn, I'm sorry I couldn't see your comment there, but hello, my lovely. Let me mark you off as here. So you've said Charmed, please. Oh, bless you, Dawn. Okay, so you do have one of our gifting gonks. Let's go across. Charmed is this one here. And let's go straight down, my lovely. Okay. So if anybody does see Dawn, let me just refresh this actually before I open this, because sometimes that makes a difference into me seeing the comments or not. Okay, so let's get this open for you. And you have got a ring and then 1, 2 and 3 oysters there. So this ring is an adjustable ring to one size from the front of the ring, so you can change the size of this one. Now it does need to have one pearl on here, and you can see this on this section here is where your pearl will go, and then you've got this oxidized silver leaf. No, not leaf, sorry, feather. What am I saying? It's got oxidized feather coming across. Now let me just pop it on here because it's easier to show you. There we go. Now, as you can see, it's adjustable from the front of the ring, this one, so it's a single band all the way around the ring. And then your pearl sits that way. So it sits right at the top there. Dawn, I hope you're happy with that one. So we do definitely need to have a pearl that goes on there. And then you've got 3 oysters with this one. Would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells? And are there certain colours you're hoping for? Just going to refresh the comments again, just to see if that comes through. Okay, so Dawn. No, not come through yet. So oyster number 1, my lovely. So I'll need to know if you'd like to keep or if you'd like to donate your shells. And in here, there's one side. And the other side. And your first oyster, you are twinning. Let me squidge these out. Now, oh wow, look at him. So they're both blue pearls. There's no more in that one. Let me dry this off for you because one of them is definitely too tonal. I'll double check his twin as well. Okay, so this one is a TARDIS blue. This one is a TARDIS blue and silver. Can you see? So it goes into a bluey silver here, then into a nice darker TARDIS blue, and then back into that bluey silver. Gorgeous twins there from your first oyster. I'm just going to refresh the page again just in case that brings it forward to see you. No, haven't seen you yet. So if anybody does see Dawn, please comment on the comments. It'll bring it forward so I can see. Just going to position this so we can see the silver part of it as well. There we go. Moving on to the oyster number 2. There's one side. And the other side. And in here you are quadding. So we've got 1, 2, 3 and 4 quadding pearls in your second oyster. 4 pearls in there, I should say. So again, another darker set from the quads there. I did say before it's quite unusual, but we're getting them more and more often now, which I do love. So you have got a gorgeous burgundy red, a chocolate, a TARDIS blue, and a sea green. There we go. burgundy red chocolate, TARDIS blue and a sea green. And then your last oyster, Dawn. There's one side and the other side. And in here, oh, sorry, caught the kitchen towel there. You are twinning for a second time, and you're twinning with gorgeous, brighter sea green, no, sorry, apple green twins. Now, visually, these apple greens, they're very, very similar. Extremely similar in size and colour here. Now all of your pearls actually tie in with each other, don't they? Like the whole set from the whole. Let me just, there we go, look at those. So your first set are twinning TARDIS blues, one TARDIS blue and silver. A quadding burgundy red chocolate, TARDIS blue and sea green, and then twinning apple greens at the bottom as well. Dawn, what do you think to these? We definitely do need to have one choice for the ring, and then the other pearls are yours to have loose. But if you're not happy with the colours, we can swap one or all of them. It's completely up to you, my lovely. Now, let me run them through the board. TARDIS blue, the solid blue of the two, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. And the silver blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He is a 7.5. Burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. Chocolate is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He's a 7. TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the apple, no, sea green, I keep getting the greens mixed up, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Apple green number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Apple green number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5 as well. Of course you can see the ring. Is that helpful? Or if you prefer me to pop it back on my finger, if you can see it clearer then, let me know. I just thought it might be helpful just to see the pearls next to it as well. You're going to get inundated, Lisa. Could you imagine? Can you have the brighter TARDIS blue on the ring? Of course you can. So just to confirm, this one here, so I'll just pop it next to it. That one there. And so just confirm that selection, and then also confirm if you're happy with the rest of these pearls, or of course if you'd like to swap any of these, that's absolutely fine as well. What do you think, my lovely? So again, I'm just refreshing these comments just so it can bring it forward so I don't miss you, my lovely. I like it with that. I think that's a good choice as well, Ellen. I do like it with that blue next to it there. I think it's the right size pearl as well for that specific ring, just because obviously some things have larger discs for the pearls to sit on, and some things have smaller. Now the size of pearl doesn't actually matter with the disc size, it's just obviously if it's a larger disc, sometimes the larger pearls suit it. However, if you have a smaller pearl and you have the disc on the outside, it can be like a border, so it just depends on the jewellery. But yeah, I think that one is the right size for the right disc. A little bit of background information there. Most of the time you don't see them though when you pop the pearls on. Can we please swap the blue for a bright icy blue and the chocolate for an olive green? So keeping the silver blue, I assume, swap that blue and the chocolate for a bright icy blue and an olive green. That one. Now the olive greens that I've got are darker olive green, or I may have a lighter one, but it would be like a chocolatey olive green. That one's a dark. Let me pop them at the top. I'll give you the choice of two. So that's the darker olive green, and let me see if I've got the chocolatey one. Where are we? Oh, look at that one. Okay, so I'll just show you. So this one's a lighter one, but it has let me start that again. This one's a lighter one, but it does have a sort of tone of chocolatey olive to him there. And that one's a darker olive green. Oh, he's very dark on the camera next to those lighter pearls, but he does definitely have that green to him. So I've swapped these two out, the chocolate and the blue, for that blue and then which green? One of the apple greens for a sunshine yellow, and the rest on small lobster class and the darker olive green. Okay, so I'm going to get you just to confirm everything again, my lovely, once I hold it up for you. One of the apple greens for a sunshine. Oh, that one's got a bit of an imperfection. Let me get a sunshine yellow from over here. I haven't sorted this out yet, I know. Terrible. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put your original pearls at the top. The ones I've added in, so these three here, the taken away, chocolate, TARDIS blue, apple green. I've added in this icy blue, dark olive green and yellow. And then that blue is on your ring. So can you just confirm, are you happy with everything there? And then you'd like these ones on small lobster fittings, and then obviously that one on the ring. Just confirm if everything's correct there for me. I'm just going to bring you back up. No, that's perfect. Perfect. Okay, so if I just take the three away that we swapped out, and then I'll pop these in here. I'm glad you're happy with the colours there then. And then let's get that blue on your ring. Perfect. So small lobster fittings. Yes, I think I might need to get my eyes checked. I feel like I'm like perching whenever I read the comments now. You'll see me, my neck elongates. Right, let me invoice you for loose ones on the small lobster fitting. Okie dokie. Dawn, that invoice will get sent across for you over the weekend and it will go to the email address that's on the order form. I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives, and thank you ever so much for the donations with your shells as well. Okay, perfect. And up next then today is Angela Sylvester. Angela, are you here? I'm just going to put some of my lip stuff on. I do apologise again. I just get really sore lips and I was really bad today. I had to do a 2-hour drive today and I realised about halfway through the drive that I was biting my bottom lip, so I've obviously made it sorer now. I'm really terrible when I drive. I'm really terrible for like biting my lips. I know that looks ridiculous, but I don't know why. Maybe it's a concentration thing. Yeah. So long drives, I need to not do it. I need to remember. Sorry, I'm in a chatty mood again today. Angela, hello, hello, hello. Now you do have one of our gifting gonks and you've got 2 openings as well. So what we'll do is we'll pick your gonk and then if we come back and then you pick what oysters you'd like as well, then we'll open all your oysters together, if that's okay with you. So let's go across and pick which gonk you would like, and then we'll pick which 2 oysters you would like, and then yeah, we'll open it up and do it all together. I hope that's okay. Yes, Amy. I normally keep it in my bag, but I took a different bag with me today, so I didn't have any, which is probably why I bit my lip off. It was just, it's one of those things. And I couldn't get the temperature of my car correct today. It was either too hot or too cold. My car's terrible for warming up anyway, like it takes about 20 minutes to heat up. But yeah, it was just too warm or too cold and I just wasn't comfortable. It wasn't a great day of driving. Oh, dearie me. Right, so we have got Besotted, Smitten, Charmed and Hopeful. Angela, which one would you like? Oh, thank you, Linda, for commenting on that there. It brought it forward so I could see. So can you have Besotted and Mystery donate the shells? Perfect. So, Besotted is this one. I'm actually going to bring you straight back up. So here's your parcel, but I'm just going to get you your mystery oysters as well. So 1 and 2 mystery oysters. Let's go back down and we'll open this up for you. So I'm just going to put those out of the way for a second. So if we get this open then. And straight away I can see a pearl there, which means you've got an item of jewellery and a second item of jewellery. And then 1, 2, 3 oysters, Angela. Okay, now this, oh, I love this one. Okay, so this is a charm. However, the size of this one, it could easily be a pendant or like a bag charm, or can be used as like a weighted charm. Like I've put one of these ones on a longer cord and my son uses it as a bookmark, which I love. So this is the shark charm. So like I said, it could be big enough for a pendant, but it is a 3D shark. So there's the under shark with the mouth, the fins. Let me turn him around. You can see his gills there, his eyes. He's got this gorgeous curvature to him. And I will, of course, add the fitting on here that you have chosen. Now, this one has got a really deep TARDIS blue on him. You have the shark, so you give this one to your son. He will love it. Oh, I hope he does. So So you can see gorgeous deep blue pearl on there as well. And then, like I say, I'll add the fitting on that you've chosen. So I hope you guys are happy with that one. And then, did you ask for a lobster or a hoop? You asked for a hoop. I can change that to a lobster if you'd like me to. Just let me know. Now, your second item is a pair of earrings here. Now, these earrings are the ones which are not on the website yet. I did check and I've double checked the stock. I do definitely have them, so I just need to pop them on the website. I know I made a note to put them on the website, but then I couldn't find the images, which meant I needed to take them again. I didn't have the moment to do that. So, but these ones will be going on the website. These are the hammered heart earrings. They are stunning. So they are stud back earrings, and as you can see, it is the outline of a heart, which does have that hammered effect to them. Your pearls actually hang from the bottom of the hearts here, so you do need to put 2 pearls on here. So I hope you're happy with those as well, Angela. So we definitely need 2 pearls on there. So you've got your 3 oysters which came in your parcel, and then you've got your 2 mystery oysters as well. So 5 oysters here, and you've said to donate your shells. Would there be certain colours that you're hoping for at all? I'm just going to come across to refresh these comments for a moment. There we go. No, that's fine with the hoop. Perfect. Okay, so we'll start with your 3 oysters from the parcel first, and then I'll open up your mystery oysters afterwards. So parcel oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in your first one, you've got a gorgeous lilac pearl there. Okay, so first pearl out is a lilac purple, which is quite a nice brighter, bolder lilac purple as well. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you've got a bright gold pearl. There's no more in that one. Thank you, Bab. So here is your brighter gold. And then moving on to the last of the parcel oysters. There's one side and the other side. And in here you've got a darker burgundy red. Okay, and there's no more in that one. So lilac purple, gold and burgundy. Actually, I'm going to change that to black cherry because he is quite a nice darker, deeper tone there. So black cherry from your 3rd oyster. And then we've still got your 2 mystery oysters to go. So moving on to your next one, mystery oyster number 1. Lighter pop there. Oh, there we go. There's a little bit of flesh on that side, but we can definitely see that there's no pearls there. And I can see straight away you have got a Pepsi / TARDIS blue. And there's no more in that one. So Pepsi / TARDIS blue. So it's a darker Pepsi blue and just a touch lighter TARDIS blue. So that in-between tone. Again, gorgeous, bright, bold colour there. And then moving on to your last oyster. Oh, Savannah, you're very welcome, and sleep well, my lovely. Thank you for joining us today. Your last oyster, Angela, double pop there. Oh. Ow. It's fine. Oh, I've completely ruined this shell. Oh. Okay. So that's a piece of shell. That's a piece of shell with the pearl blister, and that's a piece of shell. So there's no pearls on any of those. Oh, and now a runaway chocolate bronze, and then let me have a squidge in here. I do apologise, Angela. He was a tough one to open. He sort of just broke upon the opening there, so I do apologise. But there's no more in that one. Okay, so 5 oysters and 5 single pearl oysters as well. Okay, let me show you all of these together and then you can have a look. So I do need to know what 2 pearls for the earrings. And if you're not happy with these colours, we can swap them for you. If you wanted to match the lilac purple, there would be a weight on that. But the other ones, and possibly the blue, I'd have to double check. The other ones I would be able to match, or of course we can go for 2 completely different colours. Or again, you can have unmatching, so you can have odd earrings if you wanted as well. Okay, so we have got a black cherry, lilac purple, a gold, a Pepsi blue, and a chocolate bronze. Let me run them through the board for you. The black cherry is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. Lilac purple's not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Your gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7. He's a 7.5. Pepsi blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And the chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. I thought he was going to be bigger than, but not, he's not. He is an 8.5. Oh, he wanted to keep the shell. Oh, I'm so sorry. Of course I can. I'll clean it up in just a moment. Which type of shell did you want to keep, Angela? Was it the mystery shell or the other one? Because I'll bring back either one to clean it up. I do apologise, I didn't see that. Swap the chocolate for a cherry red for the earrings. Swap the gold for a bright watermelon. Of course you can. So gold for, oh, that one's a bright one. Gold for watermelon. Swap the chocolate for matching black cherry. Oh, Oyster wanted to keep his shell, not you. Oh, I'm sorry, Angela. Okay, so we're donating the shells. I thought you meant that your son wanted to keep it because you were giving the shark to your son, and that's what I thought you meant. Sorry. Okay, yeah, the oyster did not want to give up the shark. That was a hard one to get into, definitely. Oh, that tickled me. Oh, that's an extremely dark black cherry there. I'm not sure I can match him. Let me... He's quite a dark one. So if you can see, the ones I'm adding on are just slightly brighter. So your one is the one on this side. Would you be happy with that match there, which isn't 100%? The one I added in is slightly brighter. I think that's the closest I can go. Or it would be a case of sort of taking both of them out, including your one, and then adding in 2 which are as similar as we can get. So let me hold it up. So your one is this one, which is slightly darker than the one I've added in. No, there's not a waiting list for that colour. It's just I don't have that, because it is, I mean, I might have one in here. I can have a look. For the brighter reds, there will be a waiting list for 2 of them. Yeah, I don't think I've got any dark ones in here. Do you like my way of testing to see if I've got the colour? Yeah, I don't think I've got one in there. Obviously, a really quick look. Oh, bless you, Sarah. Not a problem. So either, would you be happy with that one? Like I said, it's not a perfect match though. The one I've added in, which is this one, is slightly brighter. Or are you happy for me to wait, for you to wait for me to match this one? Or you can change them completely for a different shade. I do apologise that I don't have one that matches it at the moment. It's fine, you like that one. Oh, bless you. Okay. And just confirm as well, are you happy with that watermelon? So I've taken out the gold and the chocolate bronze, which are very similar now they're next to each other. But so I've added in the black cherry and the watermelon. I'm going to bring you back up, but just confirm for me that you're happy with the watermelon as well. Each time I say watermelon, I get the Watermelon Sugar song in my head. It's terrible. And I say watermelon a lot on this live. So we're going to have black cherries on there. Okay, now let me just refresh these, make sure that you're happy. Perfect. You're very welcome, Angela. Thank you for the donations with the shells. And I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. That's safe up there for you. Okie dokie. Up next then today is Sarah Hawkins. Sarah, are you here? That's the one, Catherine. That's the one. I can't even hum songs anymore though. I used to hum all the time while being live, because humming is my concentration level. Like while I'm working or driving or something, I like to hum, as it's just my where I go when I'm concentrating. But yeah, I can't hum anymore on lives because Facebook have locked down a lot on music copywriting and stuff. So if there's any sort of singing, humming, anything, they flag you up on it. And obviously I don't want to be flagged up. So yeah, I don't hum anymore. So I have to constantly talk to stop myself. So yeah, I'm not allowed to. Which is sometimes, obviously, when you get a song stuck in your head, extremely hard not to act on it. I'm currently looking for Sarah Hawkins. Sarah, are you here? Let me just update this order list. Christina, I've added you on there as well now. Okay, so you will be able to see yourself if you refresh the page. And Sarah, you're here. Hello. You have got one of our gifting gonks as well, and you've got an additional oyster opening as well. So again, what we'll do is we'll pick your gonk, we'll get your oyster, and then we'll open them all together if that's okay. So which one would you like? You've got besotted, smitten, charmed, or hopeful. Your partner said he's going to start calling you hashtag Gonkhead. Oh, bless you, Catherine. Although it's actually, the amount of times I've said Gonk out loud, when Valentine's Day is over, I don't think they're going to come back again till next year. Because honestly, when I say it, it feels strange now. Oh. Can you have hopeful, Sarah? Of course you can. That's this one here. So let's bring you straight across. I just knocked my sand over. Only a little bit spelt. Oh, dearie me. Okay. Oh, and I'm going to bring you back up actually as well so we can get your extra oyster opening. So this is your parcel, just so you can see I'm not doing anything with it. Which extra oyster would you like? So we've got all of them available. We've got mystery, expand the rainbow, new rainbow, and normal natural ones as well. Oh, really, Anne-Marie? Wow. If you're happy to, please share a photo in the Pearls of Brecon group. I'd love to see. Are they all different heights and sizes? And I love it. However, do you say the word Gonk a lot? Because seeing them is very, very cute. Saying it is getting really hard for me to say. I don't know why. It's just it's a hard... I don't know. Say it 20 times out loud, or it might just be me. Mystery and donate the shells. Okay, so Sarah, let's go back down. Are they all the same colour, Anne-Marie? Like colour tones? Are they all different? I need to see. Right, okay, so in here, Sarah, good luck, my lovely. And you have got a pendant, and then 1, 2, and 3 oysters here. Now, your pendant is a new pendant that is not on the website yet. Now, I have shown it on the live before. I think I've shown it before Christmas, but it just hasn't made it on the website yet with all the new Christmas jewellery and then Valentine's Day jewellery. But it will be going on there, hopefully in the next batch that's going on there. So this pendant here. You can have your pearl on or off the jewellery. It's completely up to you. So as you can see, you've got the circle in the middle, then you've got this gorgeous, almost like rays coming off of that. Now, if you choose to have your pearl on here, it does sit sort of in that circle, but it would be able to sort of move around as well. And this one is the same on both sides. We also have matching earrings to this, which will be going on the website. They are slightly smaller than the pendant size, but then it does come as a matching set if that's a choice that anybody wanted. So I hope you're happy with that one. And then I'll just need to know if you'd like your pearl on or off the jewellery there. And then you've got 3 oysters alongside him. So you've said you'd like to donate your shells. Is there certain colours you're hoping for? Okay, so oyster number 1. There's one side. And the other side. Okay, so number 1, you have got a pinkle. There's no more in that one. So a pinkle is a mix between a pink and a purple. So he's a base pink, but hopefully you can see that he's got slight purple overtones to him there. Okay, that's from your first oyster. Moving on to your second oyster. There's one side And the other side. Oh, and popped out straight away. You've got a darker pearl. And there's no more in that one. And you've got a darker gunmetal grey. And then moving on to your third oyster from the Gonk parcel. Oh, there's one side. And the other side. And in here you are quadding 1, 2, 3, and 4. And there's no more in that one. Okay, so quadding in your third oyster here. And this is a nice brighter colours with this quadding oyster. Oh, bless her, Sophie. Show her the pinkle and then she'll be able to see. Okay, so you've got a lemon yellow, a coral, a icy blue, so I'm just putting them in so they don't roll away, and then a darker Cadbury purple. So pinkle, darker gunmetal grey, lemon yellow, coral, icy blue, and a darker purple. And then moving on to your last oyster, which is the mystery oyster. You've got a lighter pop there. There's your mother of pearl. And in here, you've got a darker chocolate bronze. Okay, and there's no more in that one. Sarah, what do you think to all of these, my lovely? Again, if you're happy, that's perfect. And if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. And then what I will need to do is I'll need to know if you'd like to have a pearl on or off of your jewellery. You've got a pinkle, darker gunmetal grey, lemon yellow, brighter coral, icy blue, darker purple, and then a chocolate bronze at the bottom. Oh no, of course not, Sophie. Bless her. Right, your pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. Sorry, not a 6, he is a 6.5. The coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the darker purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Your chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He is an 8.5. Okay, Sarah, what do you think and what would you like to do? Swap the quads for a white, black, blush pink and gold. Of course you can. White. black, blush pink, and then gold. Okay. Oh, I've got different shades of gold, so I'm going to go for the brighter gold. But if you prefer a more subtle gold or a pastel gold, let me know and then I'll swap him for you. So I've taken away the quads and then I've added in those ones there. Now, if you're happy with those, perfect. If you're not, again, I can change the shades. And then I'll still need to know if you'd like to have a pearl on or off of the jewellery. What do you think? Gold on the jewellery, and can you have the pinkle and the black on hoop fittings? Of course you can. Let me bring you back up. So gold on the jewellery, and then you'd like to be invoiced for black and pinkle on hoop. Okie dokie. So the invoice for your hoop fittings, that will get sent across for you over the weekend, and that will go to the email address that's on the order form. So pinkle and black. And then that's in there. Okie dokie. Sarah, you are very, very welcome. As always, thank you for the donations with your shells, my lovely. And I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, up next then today is Tara Hughes. Tara, are you here? Tara, hello. So you've got one of our gifting gonks and you are ready. Let's go across. So you have said you'd like to have Smitten and donate your shells. So Smitten is in here. Let's know. Oh yeah, let's bring you back. So in here. Okay, so you have got an item of jewellery, and then you've got 1, 2, 3 oysters there, and you've got a loyalty card. Oh, bless you. I'll have a look in just a moment. So your item of jewellery is the petal bracelet. So it is a bangle bracelet, and that you do need to have a pearl on the jewellery. It goes on this side here. It is the petal one, so you may have seen this before on the website. It's gorgeous petal shape on the end, which is encrusted with crystals, so it does give it that little bit of sparkle. It's slightly flexible, so you can obviously pop this on and off, and then your pearl sits on the opposite side there. I hope you're happy with that one. And I've just seen your card as well, so let me just booking that in. Okay, so mystery oysters, donate the shells. Let me bring you back up. Mystery oyster. Okay, so you've got your bangle bracelet. Let's go back down again. Is there certain colours that you're hoping for at all? Two and three. So oyster, oh actually we're going to start with your mystery oyster just because he's a little bit of a clapper. Oh, and I can see a pearl in there. Okay, so that just means that he's slightly open, as you can see there. Just means I don't have to pop him, I can open this up. Okay, and we hopefully saw that darker pearl down the bottom there. Oh, there's your mother of pearl. And then in here, he's just ran away. But that looks like a purple silver. And there's no more in that one. So your first pearl out is a purple silver. Let me grab him, dry him up so you can have a look as well. So he's a base silver with a purple overtone. So that's the mystery oyster, and that's just because he was a little open, so they're not open, but he's just sort of has that sort of pinch gone. Okay, so that's your first pearl. Moving on to your parcel ones. So oyster number 1. There's one side. And in here, you have got a gold pearl. We've had quite a few golden pearls today. There's no more in that one. It did, Tara. Okay, your first pearl from your parcel oysters is a gold pearl. There we go. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you've got an apple green pearl, and there's no more in that one. So here is your apple green. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side. And the other side. And in here you are twinning, and you're twinning with beautiful brighter coral pearls, and there's no more in that one, Tara. Okay, so let me dry these up for you as well, and then I'll hold them all up so you can have a closer look. Now, the coral twins does look like one maybe slightly larger than the other, but I will measure them at the end. Colour-wise, they do look very, very similar. Now, if you're happy with these, I'll need to know which one you'd like to go on your bracelet. And if you're not happy, as you know, we can swap them. Apple greens do tend to come out larger, but we do have, obviously, smaller ones come out as well. But I think they are normally larger. I don't know why that is, but yeah, I've noticed that as well. Okay, so gold silvery purple, apple green, and then twinning corals. So if I run them through the board, your apple green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. The silvery purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And the gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Coral number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And coral number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. What do you think, Tara, and what would you like to do? Swap the apple green for black, and the corals for matching dark purples, and the gold on the bracelet. Okay. Yes, Mandy, you should have. However, somebody emailed about it, and I looked, and I actually set dates on them. I don't know how I did it, but I did send the invoices, but I set dates on them, so they're not actually going to send until, I think, tonight, possibly tomorrow, depending. I don't know if it sends within the working hours that I've set or not. But yeah, so you may have an invoice come through whilst I'm on the live. I didn't send it whilst on the live. Yeah, so you will have it, my lovely. But no, I don't know what I did. But yeah, you will have it by tomorrow, possibly tonight, depending on if it sends or not. So I do apologise that it didn't come through on Thursday, as I said it would. I only realised when I went on my emails. Sorry, I think I'm going to have to go for the other purples, just because this one is sort of a mismatch of lots of different purples. I didn't see matching ones in there, so I'm just going to have a look in here for you, Tara, and then you can let me know if these purples are dark enough, if I can find a matching pair. Okay, what do you think to those, or did you want to go like dark? Oh, bless you, Mandy. Well, like I say, it will be tonight or by tomorrow, but I set it accidentally for tonight, so hopefully it will come through. Yes, Lillian, it was the whole batch of them. I do apologise. Okay, so these ones, let's have a look here and see if this shade is dark for you. Let me just see. Oh, those two. Oh, they're just slightly different. Is that as dark, the kind of dark that you're looking for, Tara, or are you looking for darker than that? Yes, please. Okay, so I'm just going to see if I can match. Oh, they're good. Now, they're slightly different. Are you happy with those? They're slightly different in shade to each other. I was just trying to see if I could match them. But if you're happy with those, that's fine. Let me know and then I'll know whether to put these away or not. Just keep digging, shall we say. But you've said that you'd like to have the gold on the bracelet. So are you happy with those add-ons there? So the blacks and the purples there. Actually, if I put these purples in the swap pot, then I can... No, it's fine. So are you happy with those there, my lovely? And then it's the gold on the bracelet. Just going to bring you back up. But if you're not happy, we can go down. Yes, happy with those. Okie dokie. Tara, I hope you're happy with everything then once it arrives. And of course, thank you for the donations with your shells as well. That's safe on there for you. And then up there, so like I said, I hope you'll be happy with everything. Okie dokie. So 1, 2, 3, 4. It's currently 6 people on the order list for today. Up next is Amelia Pritchard. Amelia, are you here? Amelia, hello. Just because it's a different name on Facebook, let me just double check. Have you made a note on the order? If not, I will need you to confirm the second part of the email address, just so then I can see, just because it's a different name on Facebook as to the order. So just from the @ onwards, I haven't seen that. So can you just confirm what that section is, just so I can obviously just confirm it's you with the different name there? That's perfect. Thank you, my lovely. So you do have, let me mark that you're here, you do have one of our gifting gonks. So if we go across for you, which one would you like? We have got Besotted, Smitten, Charmed and Hopeful all still available. There's 2 Smitten left, and once they go, I won't be re-topping them up throughout this live. So they will be, that choice will obviously go if they all get picked. But for now, all gonks are still available. No, Tara, not a problem. You're very, very welcome. Hayley. Oh, I was about to say I don't know, but I just had a look at the bottom and it's a Tesco's one. However, I have had this one for quite a while. But yeah, it was from Tesco's, it says at the bottom. Charmed and donate the shells. Perfect. Charmed is this one. So let's bring you straight back across. Good luck, Amelia. Okay, so we've got 1, 2, 3 oysters and you've got a pair of earrings. Now these are a new pair of earrings. They're not on the website yet. They are hook back earrings and they can have pearls on or off of the jewellery, so it's going to be completely up to you. Now it's LOVE and the O is a love heart. Now this is backwards. If I just turn one of them around, you'll see how it sits. So it actually reads like this once it's in your ear. It's just obviously because you're seeing a mirror image, it's turning around. Okay, so with these ones you can, like I say, you can have pearls. Let me hang it back on there. There we go. You can have pearls on or off the jewellery. If on, it does sort of sit in front of the wording there, but then it would be moving around. I hope you're happy with these, Amelia, or you don't have to have pearls on there if you don't want to. You can keep these as they are. So new pair of earrings there, and then you've got 3 oysters as well. So you said you'd like to donate the shells. Is there certain colours you're hoping for? 1, 2 and 3. That one's a different colour, that shell. It's quite interesting. Right, let's get these open. Oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And oh, look at him. Gorgeous burgundy red to start with. There's no more in there. You're hoping for blue colours. Okay, fingers crossed for you, Amelia. There we go. So first pearl out is a burgundy red. There we go. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are quadding. And there's no more in that one. So you've got 4 pearls from your second oyster. So I'm just going to dry these ones up for you, Amelia. So from this one, you have got a brighter coral, a darker gunmetal grey, a dark purple and a lilac purple. So lovely quadding colours there, which actually go beautifully with your red as well. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. Oh, they are stunning twins. And there's no more in that one. Okay, you are twinning with darker silver twins. Good night, Sue. Thank you for joining us tonight, my lovely. And you as well. I hope you have a good weekend. Okay, Amelia, you've got a burgundy red, coral, gunmetal grey, dark purple and a lilac purple. And then you've got twinning silvers there as well. What do you think to all of these? Now, if you're happy, that's perfect. If you're not happy, I can, of course, change them for you. And then I'll need to know if you'd like pearls on or off the jewellery, and if on, which 2 pearls you'd like on there. If I run them through the board, the burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Coral is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Darker gunmetal grey is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And the darker purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Your lilac purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Dark silver number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And dark silver number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5 as well. Love them all. And can you have the silvers on the earrings? Of course you can. They are a stunning colour, those silvers. So in my opinion, that is a good choice. And I'm glad you're happy with the other colours as well. Okay, perfect. Amelia then, I'm just popping these on here for you, and I'll write down that we're going to have the silvers on the jewellery. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and that's safe up there. So I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. You're very, very welcome. Up next today is Cindy Brown. Cindy, are you here? Cindy, hello. Okay, Cindy, you have got 2 of our gifting gonks. Let's go across. So which 2 gonks would you like? So again, they're all still available at the moment. We've got Besotted, Smitten, Charmed and Hopeful. Can you have Besotted and Hopeful? You can indeed. So, Besotted is this one here, and Hopeful is this one here. So if I bring you across, this one was Hopeful, so we'll open that in a moment. We'll start with Besotted. So good luck, Cindy, my lovely. And you have got 1 and 2 items of jewellery there. And then you've got 1, 2 and 3 oysters. So your first one, 2 items of jewellery, and your first one is a charm. Now this charm has got a natural rose gold, almost lavendery toned pearl. If I show you the pearl first, can you see it's a base rose gold, but he does have some lavender overtones to him. I don't know if the camera is picking it up there. Stunning lavender tones there. And this is the kitten charm. So you can see here is the silhouette of a cat, but it does have the whiskers engraved into the design there. And then once the pearl drops down, there we go, it sits just in front of the cat, and then it sort of moves side to side. I hope you're happy with that, Cindy, and you will, I will be popping your fitting choice on there. Your second item of jewellery is another new pair of earrings. So I think you'll be the first person to receive these earrings, Cindy, because they are not on the website yet. Now these ones do need to have 2 pearls on here. Okay, so they are hook back earrings again. And they're actually a trail of hearts. So if I go zoom in on one of these, So you've got various sizes of hearts that go down, and then you've got that little circle at the bottom there. That's actually where I need to attach your pearls onto. So your pearls will be dangling right from the bottom of these earrings. So quite nice longer drop earrings here. So these two do definitely need to have 2 pearls on them. So I hope you're happy with those. And then moving on to parcel number 2. You have got 1 item of jewellery and 1, 2, 3 oysters. Now this item has been on the website a little while, but it is a gorgeous pendant. So if I pop this on here, now this is, I believe off the top of my head, it's called the Dewdrop pendant, and you do definitely need to have a pearl on here. Now this one is a good sized pendant and he's got lots of sparkle. Look at him. So as you can see, it sort of comes from the top, it bows round into that dewdrop, then back up, and it twirls around again. Now you do have a little hole in the middle there, and that's where your pearl gets popped onto. So your pearl actually then dangles around in the centre of the pendant, right towards the top though. So it dangles in the middle at the top of that one. So again, this one does definitely need to have your pearl on here. So I hope you're happy with that one as well. So pair of earrings, a pendant and a charm, and then 6 oysters. So donate the shells, Cindy. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? 1 and 2 and 3. You was going to get that one. Perfect. So now you've got him, you don't need to. 1, 2 and 3. Okay, so oyster number 1, my lovely. There's one side and the other side. And your first pearl out is a runaway chocolate bronze. There's no more in that one. Wait and see for the colours. Okay, so chocolate bronze to start with. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here, another darker pearl there. There's no more in that one. And I think this one is a chocolate with purple overtone to him. So quite a nice deep chocolate there. Slight purple overtone to him. Yes, Lorraine, I believe it's called the Kitten Charm on the website. It'll be under Animal Charms, I believe. Moving on to your third oyster, Cindy. There's one side and the other side. Oh, now I saw a blue flash there. I think this one's a midnight blue. There's no more in that one. And he is a dark midnight blue. So chocolate purple, chocolate bronze, and a midnight blue from your first 3 oysters. It's a very dark midnight blue. I'm hoping you can see the flash there. Moving on to your next 3. There's one side and the other side. And we've got an autumn peach. There's no more there. There's your autumn peach. And then moving on to your next oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. And you're twinning with lilac purple pearls there. And there's no more in that one. And here are your lilac purple twins. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side. Oh, and the other side. And in here you are quadding. And there's no more in that one. Pardon? Doobly doubles. Okay, so we have got gold, TARDIS blue, icy blue, and a pinkle. So let me hold them up for you. You've got the dark chocolate purple, chocolate bronze, and then a midnight blue. You've got an autumn peach and twinning lilac purples, a gold, a TARDIS blue, icy blue, and then a pinkle. Now, if you're happy with those, I'll need to know which two on the earrings, thank you, Bab, and which one you'd like on the pendant. And if you're not happy, we can swap them for you. So if I run them through the board, the chocolate purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. Chocolate bronze is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the midnight blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. Autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And then lilac purple number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Lilac purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7 as well. Your gold is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a... Oh, sorry, he is a 6 there. Icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6. He's a 6.5. And last but not least, your pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5. He is a 7. Good night, Donna. Thank you for joining us today. Okay, Cindy, what do you think to these? Like I say, if you're happy, that's perfect. If you're not, we can swap them for you. And then I'll need to know what two on the earrings and which one on the pendant. Can you hear the geese? Did you hear them as they were flying over? Oh, they've passed now. That was quite cool. Sorry, they come up. Obviously they come as they move across. A couple of times a year, I hear them. So it's quite cool when they do come. They're very noisy birds, though, aren't they? They let everybody know that they're moving. Can we swap the chocolate purple and the chocolate bronze for 2 pinkles for the earrings? Excuse me, and put the other pinkle on the pendant. Now we can do that for you, Cindy, but there's definitely going to be a weight on the pinkles. Now, especially because you'd like to have 2 pinkles, which are obviously the same shade and colour, no, shade and size. So it's absolutely fine to do that, but I do just need you to confirm that you don't mind waiting for them. So if you're happy to wait, that's not a problem. But just confirm, are you happy to wait? I'm just going to pop your other ones in here. And then I'll start writing that down. So we're going to swap chocolate bronze and chocolate purple for 2 pinkles. Okay, so then with the earrings, we're going to have pinkle on there, and then your original pinkle you'd like on the pendant. Okay, so just confirm that you're happy to wait, and then I can definitely pop that, do that for you. Oh, where are we going? There we go. Yep, okay. Oh, I'm so sorry. There we go. Okay, that's okay. Perfect. So hopefully it won't be too long of a wait, but there will be a little bit of a wait, especially because we need to get 2 for you. So I've got that down, and hopefully we'll get that to you soon. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well, Cindy. And I pop this up here. I hope you're happy with everything once it arrives. Perfect. Sorry, I'm just going to move this sand out the way for a second. I spilt my sand earlier, and each time I put my sand down now, it's on the loose sand, and it's almost then making me tip it up. So if I just move it out the way quickly. There we go, and then I can clean it up properly after the live. Okay, up next then today is Lisa Johnson. Lisa, are you still here? Lisa, hello. Lisa, my lovely, you have got one of our gifting gonks as well. So let's go across. They're all still available to choose from. Which one would you like? What's the latest time we've finished a live? Oh, Hayley, a couple of years ago, it was like 4 o'clock in the morning, which was extremely, it was a very long live. At the moment, so recently, I'd say 1 o'clock in the morning, maybe 1:30 in the morning, is the more recent, latest times. Oh, bless you, Wendy. Yes, you are on the list. So I'll just post the list in the comments. So we're on Lisa at the moment. So we've got Lisa, Yvette, Wendy, and then Christina. Cindy, yes, I'll make a note of that for you. Okay, Cindy, I've got that all down for you. Wendy, you're very welcome. And Lisa, we're going to go for Hopeful. So Hopeful is this one here. Okay, so Hopeful, let's bring you across. And good luck, my lovely. Okay, so you have got 1 and 2 items of jewellery, and then 1, 2 and 3 oysters there. Lisa, I did email you back today about that, my lovely. So in the email I said, what were your order numbers? And I can't remember off the top of my head, and I said something else as well. So if you check, have a look at your emails whenever you're ready, and then get back to me and I can have a look for you, okay? So if I pop this, your first item, you have got a charm. So this charm, I don't know, I think this one's on the website. So as you can see, you've got this heart charm. So it's quite a simplistic heart charm here. It's the same on both sides. It is plain silver. The dark bits you can see is just the reflection. It is that lighter silver. And I've actually paired this with a larger bright hot pink pearl. Now what I've done here is I've done it so when you look at the heart charm from this side, you actually see the pearl and then it doesn't actually sit. So then you're always going to see the part of the heart as well. So even if I do it that way round, as it rests, it just pops out because of the size of the pearl. Okay, so you're always going to see that heart there. So I hope you're happy with your first item. And then your second item is a pendant. Now this pendant, you can have a pearl on or off of the jewellery here. It's going to be up to you. There we go. So again, this one is on the website, and this is a double heart. Now one of these, this is harder to see. The bottom heart is the plain silver. The top heart is actually engraved with a line pattern on it, making them so they're two different hearts. But let me just see if it's going to focus in. It's a very small design, so yeah, I don't think the camera's going to pick up on it. So the top heart has got like an etching design on it, and the bottom heart is more silver. That's why they look different colours on the camera. It's just because it's got the design on it there. Now this one, like I say, if you choose to have a pearl on this one, it sits at the top and it can move around, or you don't have to have a pearl on here if you don't want to. So you've got one heart carrying the lower heart. So I hope you're happy with that one as well. So 2 items of jewellery, Lisa, and then 3 oysters here. Are there certain colours you're hoping for? And would you like to keep, or would you like to donate your shells? So 1, 2, and 3. Oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. And in your first oyster, you have got a pinkle. Now this one's not as much purple in him, so I'm going to say this one's definitely more pink. Has only got the slightest hint of the pinkle in there, but it is still a pinkle from your first oyster. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. Oh wow, now this will definitely go beautifully with the charm, as that is a bright hot pink as well. And here is your bright hot pink. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. And oh my wow, that you have got a bright pink. You've got a very pink opening, Lisa. Now let me pop this one in the sand as well. So hopefully you'll be able to see the difference between the bright pink and the hot pink. So there's not a lot of difference, but there definitely is a difference. Let me hold them up so you can see. Sorry, I've got a really itchy end of my finger. If you keep seeing me tapping it, it's driving me crazy. Okay, so pinkle, hot pink, bright pink. So the hot pink is definitely brighter than the bright pink. So it's on this, just up on this colour scale. Lisa, what do you think to these? Now, again, if you're happy, that's perfect. If you're not happy, we can swap them for you. And then I'll need to know if you'd like a pearl on or off the jewellery. If on, which colour would you like? If I run them through the board, your pinkle is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. The hot pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. And the bright pink is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he is a 6.5. They do look good together. I'm actually going to move these ones around, so then it will go up in colour scale. What do you think? Oh, okay, so can we have the pink on the pendant? And please can we swap the bright pink for a rose gold? And you're loving the pink. Perfect. So rose gold is one of these. And we're swapping the bright pink for the rose gold. Okay, what do you think to this shade here? Would you be happy with that one? I'm just going to bring you up so I can write down about the pinkle. If that's not the correct shade though, do let me know because we can go back and change it. Okay, so pinkle on there. I'll pop him on here for you. And your charms on there, and obviously I will be popping the fitting on that you've chosen for the charm. So if we go back down again, and just to show, I've taken away the pinkle because that is the one that's going to be going on the pendant. Just confirm if you're happy with this rose gold. I'm just going to zoom in again slowly to get it focused. Here we go. Perfect, perfect. Let me bring you back up again. Okay, if I pop these on here as well for you, Lisa. Okay, and put this in here. Lisa, my lovely, I hope you'll be happy with everything once it arrives. Thank you for the donations with your shells as well. And I'm glad you managed to catch Mr. Lizard. Oh gosh. Okay. Perfect. Up next today is Yvette Wayne. Yvette, are you here? Yvette, hello, hello, hello. Can you have charms, donate the shells, and you responded to the email? Okay, perfect. Right, let's go across to these. Lisa, you're very welcome. So Yvette, you'd like to have charmed. So charmed is, oh, this one here. Let's bring you straight across. So Yvette, good luck, my lovely. I can see an item of jewellery straight away there. So one item and 1, 2 and 3 oysters. So you have got a pendant with your parcel. Now this pendant is on the website and it does come, so you can have a pearl on or off the jewellery. Look at this one. Let me get him focused for you. This one, if you choose to have the pearl on here, it does sit at the top, so it ends up sitting around here, but then it can then sort of move around and do a little swing, so it does sit on this top portion of the pendant. It's almost like a mandala design towards the middle, and then you've got the border with the smaller areas on the outside. Now, of course, this one is the same on both sides here, so it doesn't matter which way round you would wear him. You're very welcome, Yvette. Now, 3 oysters alongside this one. So if we get these open, you've said you'd like to donate your shells. Would there be certain colours that you're hoping for? And 3. Yes, it is like a dream catcher, Beverly. It has that kind of feel to it, doesn't it? Oyster number 1, Yvette. There's one side and the other side. Okay, oyster number 1, you are quadding. 1, 2, 3 and 4 pearls with your first oyster there. Let me dry these up for you. Hoping for lemons, lilacs or corals. Okay, so first oyster has given you a darker burgundy red, a sea green, a dark chocolatey silver and a TARDIS blue. So burgundy red, sea green, chocolatey silver and a TARDIS blue. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. and you're twinning with Lilac Purple twins. Okay, so let me dry these up for you as well. Beautiful Lilac Purple twins there. Now they may be measuring just slightly different shades. Not shades, sizes. Oh my gosh, it's getting to that time of night. But again, they're very, very, very close in size. So I'll wait and see to see what size they come out at. Moving on to your last oyster, Yvette. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning. And you're twinning with Autumn Peach twins. Now these ones are definitely measuring different sizes here. Okay, let me pop these right at the bottom. You've got a gorgeous selection of colours, my lovely. So from the top, burgundy red, sea green, a chocolate silver and a TARDIS blue. Twinning lilac purples, and then twinning autumn peaches, where you can definitely see the different sizes. Now, I will need to know if you'd like to have a pearl on or off of your jewellery. If on, which pearl you would like on there. And then, of course, you can swap the pearls if you're not happy with the colours. Now, your burgundy red is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The sea green is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. The chocolate silver is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And the TARDIS blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Lilac purple is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. And purple number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he is a 7. So they are measuring different sizes, but again, they are very, very close. The visually larger autumn peach is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. And autumn peach number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Good night, Anne-Marie. Thank you for joining us today. So change the blue and the dark red for bright watermelons. Keep the rest, they're perfect. And smaller lilac on the pendant. So bright watermelons. Okay, just have a look at these two here. Let me know if you're happy with these. Just taking the blue and the red away here, and I'm going to bring you back up. However, if they're not the correct shade, I'll go back down and we can change them for you. No, of course we can. I've taken the smaller lilac out, just because I was just popping that with the pendant there. So you'd like to swap, let me read it again. Autumn peaches for bright watermelons as well. Okie dokie. Okay, so just have a look at these ones. So I've just added the 2 on the end. So are you happy with all of those? So they're going to be your loose pearls there. But yeah, just confirm again if you're happy with those ones. They're for your Christmas candy canes. Oh, I love it. And that's perfect. You're very welcome. Oh, when you fill the candy cane, please send me a photo. Pop it on the Pearls of Brecon group. I'd love to see it. Oh, I love that. Yvette, I've got that all down for you, just double checking. So thank you for the donations of your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. Okay. And up next then this evening is Wendy Evans. Wendy, are you here? Wendy, hello, and Yvette, you're very welcome. So Wendy, you have got one of our gifting gonks as well. So if we go across to the gonks, which one would you like, Wendy? So we have got Besotted, Smitten, Charmed and Hopeful. They do all still have parcels. Actually, I think they've all got 2 apart from Charmed, which has got 3 in. And you've just picked Charmed, so that means that Charmed has now got 2 in as well. Okay, so Charmed and donate the shells. So this is your Charmed here. So good luck, my lovely. Oh, and you've got 1 item of jewellery and 1, 2, 3 oysters there. So your item of jewellery is a bracelet. This is the smaller Belcher chain bracelets. Let me undo this so you can see. It is 7.5 inches long. All 925 silver, and this is the Belcher design. So if I just show you, you can see it's that link, which is the same size, it's just different directions. So the same size all the way through the chain here. And if you wanted to, you can have a pearl or a charm on each of the links. So every link you can do that. So if you've got any charms with lobster fittings, or if you get any pearls with lobster fittings in the future, you can pop them and change them around on this bracelet. Now it does automatically have the choice for me to put one of your pearls on here, so if you'd like that option, we can definitely do that for you. I normally with a bracelet like this would pop it in the centre, so as you wear it you'd have the latch on one side and the pearl on the opposite side. So Wendy, I hope you're happy with that one. So 3 oysters here, and you've said you'd like to donate your shells. Are there certain colours that you're hoping for? Okay, so 3 oysters. Oyster number 1. There's one side and the other side. Oh, and run out backwards. Very dark pearl there. I need to check. That may be a black pearl to start with. There was no more in that one. And like I say, this one is extremely dark. Gorgeous black pearl to start with there, Wendy. He is lovely. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side, and in here you are twinning with beautiful bright icy blue pearls there, really deep brighter blues. Let me dry them up for you. Now visually these blues may be measuring slightly different sizes. So the blue in the middle is visually the runaway blue is visually slightly larger than his twin. Especially next to that black, they really pop, don't they? The colour of them is lovely. And then moving on to your last oyster, Wendy. There's one side and the other side. Oh, no way. You are ending with another icy blue, and there's no more in that one. This icy blue, however, is definitely larger. He's base colour lighter, but he does have some darker blue spots on him. So if I just grab him and show you this one as well. Okay, so you can see it's brighter, lighter, and then some darker blue spots. Now, Wendy, I'll need to know if you'd like to have a pearl on or off of your bracelet, and if on, which pearl you would like. And of course, if you're not happy, we can swap the colours for you as well. Icy Blue Twin number 1, this is the visually smaller of the two, is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. Pearl number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he's a 6.5. So they're actually measuring the same size there, even though they visually do look slightly different. The black is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. And then that two-tonal icy blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5. What do you think, my lovely? What would you like to do? One of the blues on the bracelet, please, and fittings for the rest to go on the bracelet, of course. Do you mind which of the blue goes on the bracelet? So would you like one of the twins or one of the, or the single blue? The invoice for the fittings, that will get sent across for you over the weekend, and that will get sent to the email address that's on the order form. One of the twins, okie dokie. I've got that down for you, my lovely. I'm just going to pop these in here. Perfect. Wendy, thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Up next today is Christina Mathers. Christina, are you here? Of course I can, Catherine. There we go. Wendy, you're very, very welcome. Hey, hey, hey. Hello, Christina. You have got one of our gifting gonks as well. Let's go across for you. So they're all still available, my lovely. So I'm going to need to know which gonk you would like. We've got Besotted, Smitten, Charmed, and Hopeful. Oh, bless you, my lovely. Well, you've held on just in time. Bless you. Oh dear. Can you have Smitten? Of course you can. So Smitten is this one, and let's bring you straight across. So good luck with this one. Oh, opening him backwards. So 1, 2 and 3 oysters, and you've got 1 and 2 items of jewellery there. Now your first item is a charm. Now this charm will of course get the fitting added that you have requested, and this is the unicorn charm, which is a 2D unicorn. Now he does have the etchings of his face on there. We've got a little cutout of a heart in the back near the tail of the unicorn. Just trying to get it so you can see, because it's very reflective, it's quite hard to get focused where you can see all the detail. And then it's plain on the back, so there's no details on the back, all the details are on the front there. And then with this one we've paired him with a light icy blue pearl, which sort of sits along the centre of the unicorn, and then where I'm holding would be where the fitting would be, so this is where it would drop down. So that's your first item of your jewellery. Your second item is a cage pendant. Now this cage pendant is one of our stunning ones which hold multiple pearls, because it is our Love's Content cage pendant. So this one can hold 7 or 8 pearls depending on the size of the pearls. And as you can see, it is a large heart-shaped cage, and you've got the cutout of the heart in the middle, so this whole border can be filled up with pearls. It's the same on both sides, and then like I say, you can slowly fill it up with pearls. So if you've got any pearls at home, or if you get any loose ones in the future, you can pop them in here and then change them all around and have it as different colours. Yeah, just change it and do what you'd like to do. So I hope you're happy with that one. So 2 items of jewellery there, and 3 oysters, which means you're going to have a good amount of pearls to start you off with that cage pendant. 2 and 3. So Christina, would you like to keep or would you like to donate your shells, my lovely? Oyster number 1. And are there certain colours you're hoping for? There's one side and the other side. Okay, so oyster number 1, and you are twinning. 1 and 2, twinning with dark TARDIS blue twins there. Donate the shells. Okay, thank you. So now these blues, I can see they are definitely different sizes. And the visually smaller of the 2 is slightly darker than the other twin. Beautiful blues though to start with. Moving on to oyster number 2. There's one side and the other side. And in here you are twinning for a second time. There's no more in that one. And you're twinning with bright hot pink twins. And there they are in the sand as well for you. And then moving on to your last oyster. There's one side and the other side. And in here you've got a lemon yellow. And there's no more in that one. Okay. Christina, my lovely. Oh. What do you think to all of these? Let me go through them again. You've got two blues, which are visually slightly different sizes. You've got your hot pinks and a lemon yellow as well. Now, if you're happy with these, that's perfect. If you're not happy, we can swap them for you. If I run them through the board, the visually smaller blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, he's a 7. Visually larger blue is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, he's a 7.5. Hot pink number 1 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, he's an 8. Hot pink number 2 is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, not a 6.5, not a 7, not a 7.5, not an 8. He's an 8.5, so they're also measuring different sizes. And then your lemon yellow is not a 5, not a 5.5, not a 6, he is a 6.5. Can we swap the smaller blue for sea green and the left pink for watermelon? Now my left pink is this one, so my left pink is this one on this side. So is that correct? Because you're seeing a mirror image, so I never know. Or it might be, so just confirm, is actually, we're going to give them a number not to confuse it. Would you like to swap out pink number 1 or pink number 2? So pink number 1 or pink number 2. Oh no, that's not as bright as we can go. Let's go for a bright watermelon. There we go. Number 1. Okay, so I did have the correct one in the... And then a sea green. I'm just going to double check to see if I've got any sea greens next to me. I don't. Let me have a quick look in this pot. I don't know if I have all of them next, any of them next to me or not. There may be a wait on a sea green. Would you be happy to wait? Or if not, would there be possibly a different colour that you're hoping for? Sorry, I'm just looking in here. That's not a sea green. It's quite a dark green though. Yeah, I don't think I've got any in here. I think I have been through that for sea greens. So I've put in that dark green, but I think that's going to be too dark of a green. So would you possibly be happy to wait for a sea green at all? Oh, you love that green. Okay. That green is yours then. I mean, he is lovely. You can definitely see the green coming through. He's actually brighter in real life. It's just on the camera he does look kind of darker. But if you're happy with that one will be yours. Okie dokie, let me bring you back up then. I gave you the option of that one because that one flashed out to me when I was just looking in the pot there. So it was quite cool. Okay, Christina, I hope you're happy with that then. And you've started off with those pearls. You've started the cage pendant off beautifully. You'll be almost full with all of those. Oh, can you swap the yellow for a deeper yellow? Of course you can. So swap your yellow for that one there. Would you be happy with that one? So that's your one, and then that's that one. Perfect. Okie dokie. Just to confirm you're happy with the other colours as well. I won't staple them on until I've got your confirmation. I can put the other items on though. So gorgeous cage pendant. The charm I'll pop the fitting on. And you're happy with the other ones. Perfect. Christina, I'm glad you're happy then. Thank you for the donations with your shells, and I hope that you'll be happy with everything once it arrives as well. And that's safe up there for you. Okay, now I think that brings us to the end of our live today. I'm just refreshing this here. Okay, so we're not going to be live on Sunday because that is my birthday and I'm thinking we're going out for dinner. So I don't think I'll be back in time. So our next live is going to be on Tuesday evening. So if you'd like to order or book in for Tuesday, we'll see you then. I hope you'll have a brilliant weekend. Thank you, Dawn. I hope you'll have a brilliant weekend and a good start to your week as well on Monday. And take care. I'll see you soon. Bye.